So this quote that I was just reading says, "A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." And yet, what happens if you don't know the way? In these quote unquote unprecedented times, I don't know how many times we've heard that phrase recently, it's very normal for us as leaders, as individuals, as parents, whoever we are, to go to our status quo, to revert to style, to find our modus operandi. And yet these are not normal times. And so for most leaders that are used to a top-down, I must have all the answers, I must not be confused, I must be able to provide clarity, able to be a strong, leader from the top that shows the way. If I myself am confused, if I myself don't have the answers, it can mean a huge amount of anxiety and pressure for you. And unfortunately, even though many of us do the best job that we can of masking this, of pretending like we have all the answers, even though we've probably got more questions, that fear, that anxiety, that uncertainty is as contagious as this virus is itself. Can spread, can create toxicity for your employees, in your households, for your relationships, for the systems that are at work. And so there are a few ways that we can operate or choose to operate in this. We can either stick with what we've always done and sort of power through this and lead from the top and not practice any agility and not practice any flex, any range in our leadership style, or we can be prepared to be a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more authentic, a little bit more real, and to say things like, this is a genuine crisis. I don't know how our business is going to weather this. I don't have all of the answers. But what I do want to hear from you as my employees, as my friends, as my system, quote unquote, is how can we get through this together, to collaborate, to co-create, to build ideas together. And those leaders that shift their mindset and their behaviors from I'm the one that's commander and control, this is the way forward, who say this is our vision and this is what we're working towards, and at the same time I want to know from you on the ground what we can be doing quickly to mobilize ourselves, to create the network effect, to meet the market demands, to rise to the challenge that's being presented to us. And in all of that, as leaders, it means that we need to be able to manage ourselves, to know what our triggers might be, to be clear about the type of leader that we want to show up as. We have that opportunity and we have that chance to do this right, to be authentic, to be vulnerable. This is, as Brené Brown, my hero, would say, your call to courage as a leader. So I've written a blog post on this. Have a look in there for some tips and tricks. Have a look at what you can do to shift your own mindset and your own behavior as a leader through these times. And just to leave you with another quote, because as you are now, if you didn't know already, acutely aware, I love a good quote. Maya Angelou says, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget the way you made them feel. So as a leader, this is your chance to make people feel like they're being led by a human being, that the workplace that they're in is humanized, and that they are part of creating the solutions, that they are part of leading the business, helping the business not only survive, but ultimately thrive. Have a beautiful day, and as always, let us know what we can share with you.